Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Just Shapes and Beats. This game is developed and published by Berserk Studio and released on May 31st, 2022 for a price of $19.99. So, what is Just Shapes and Beats? So, I'm going to boot up a new game here on one of my other accounts. And while I kind of talk about the game, apologies if you are watching this video and there ends up being no audio. I don't know if YouTube's gonna try to strike this video and say we can't have any sound, but in the simplest way to describe what Just Shapes and Beats is it's a reverse shmup. So normally in shmups, they're basically tons of bullets and things getting shot at you, and you have to kill and fight and attack everything. Well, the reason I call this a reverse shmup is it's kind of the same thing, but your entire goal is to avoid all the obstacles. Now, what you're seeing here is just a brief little tutorial that kind of walks you through hey, you need to dodge things and get to this point. Ultimately, in the game, that's not really the case. You have two kind of movement abilities. You move around with your left stick, and then you hit A dashing. Now, your whole goal in this game is to avoid all the obstacles. As you can see there, I took a hit. You basically get a part of your cube chipped off, and that's it. Once your cube gets entirely destroyed, though, you do fail and reset. Now, what you want to do in this game is something this is where it turns into not a shmup, reverse shmup, however you want to unshmup this, is it's kind of like a reverse shmup Guitar Hero rhythm style game where you're actually just dodging tons of missiles, attacks, enemies, and things. And I say enemies very loosely because it's just red things attacking you on screen from circles or bullets firing your way or lasers, but there's no real defined enemy. It's just the game hates you. And you do this all while listening and interacting to songs. So you just move through soundtracks and play the game that way, and you go as far as you can. What's cool about the game, though, is it features a wide variety of different soundtracks and stuff that honestly is really just. I can't describe them too well because I suck at describing music, but it's pretty awesome, fun, and neat, and it has a really good rhythm, bass, and vibe and jibe to the game. I don't know if jibe is a word, but I said the word jibe, so you can deal with it. Um, and it's all kind of done in this very, you know, inelaborate kind of shell. You'll pick through different songs through kind of like a chapter select, um, and those different songs will kind of give you just different challenges and aspects that you have to play through, and ultimately you just need to go through and beat all the songs. You want to try not to get hurt last, streaks and stuff. It doesn't really track any streaks or anything, but like I said, this is kind of like your menu navigation here that you're seeing, and think of it almost like your song level select. So you come into these areas, you pick whichever song you want to do, and like I said, there's a wide variety of them, and the difficulty scales kind of based on the song, but it is a really cool and fun experienced game. Now, all that being said, is this game actually does something I've not seen a lot of shmups be able to do. This game has online multiplayer, which is amazing, um, and I'm so happy about this. So you can play this game either locally, 2 to 4 players, or together, 2 to 4 players, just dodging the bullet-ridden hell of shmupness that this game claims to be, and I absolutely suck at this while trying to talk and record, so please bear with me. But yeah, you're just going to be dodging the obstacles, and as you can see that track at the top of your screen, that's basically like your song bar, so as that gets to the end, you're basically finishing the level, hitting checkpoints, so on and so forth. And that's kind of the main premise of Just Shapes and Beats. There's not a whole lot else here to talk about, but what there is here to talk about is honestly just done very well. It's the most unshmuppy shmup that I've ever shmupped, and I really enjoy playing it. Um, it's I'm a big fan of music style rhythm based games. On the 360, I was a gigantic fan of the game Boom Boom Rocket, which was a button sequence rhythm kind of game. And Just Shapes and Beats strikes a weird nerve for me that just works. I love the challenge of how varied the levels are when it comes to the enemies, obstacles, whatever you really want to encounter them, as you're playing, and just the aesthetic and everything. It works for the game. It's simplistic, but where they don't go super flashy and what they could do with things you're dodging and avoiding, they present it well with the gameplay that just is done in an awesome package and manner, and I really enjoyed this game. I know I've talked to a couple other creators and they really enjoy this as well, and It's like a really good rhythm-based game that, like I said, you wouldn't think is a shmup, but it's a shmup. And as you work through levels, like I said, you're going to get to travel up higher and do more and more difficult things. Um, you know, and that's kind of the package and premise of this game. Shout out to these awesome game developers, Berserk Studios did a really good job with this game. As far as an opinion of buy, sell, or pass, I definitely recommend picking this game up if you like shmups, if you like music rhythm based games, and you want something that's a little bit of a challenge, and you're not going to finish in 10 minutes or an hour. I definitely recommend picking up just shapes and beats. I think it's a ton of fun, and I think you would enjoy it too. If you have any questions, want to know more, please let us know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.